The road to most of the unhealthy relationship is actually paved by charming people. People who outwardly appear very magnetic, very fun, very charming, but internally they lack the depth to actually see you. But here is a part that we actually do not talk about. Charm is not equivalent to emotional maturity, and attraction is not equivalent to compatibility. And most of the times, when you are actually falling in love with someone, you are falling in love just with the character of the person alone. But you guys don't take into consideration, okay, how does this person make me feel? Do they make me feel seen? Do they accept all parts of me? These are a lot of questions you try to ignore in the process of falling in love because you are more focused on getting this person into your life. Because somewhere you're also trying to unconsciously prove it to yourself that if you get this person in your life is going to be set, because in a way you can understand that you are worthy of receiving such love. So most of the time we are actually in a quest to get that person without understanding the depth that this person can even offer us. And most charming people, outwardly they are very shiny, they appear like these shiny objects, but inwardly they do not have the emotional depth to hold you. So anytime you meet someone who is charming, before you get captivated by this person, I want you to take into consideration a lot of factors which we are going to discuss in this video. Now, if you're new here, I'm Vesh and I'm a men's coach, and I help men heal with their traumas, attachment issues, and wounded masculinity in order for them to pursue meaningful connection with women. Now, if you want to work on enhancing your masculine energy and also your confidence, I have created a course for you which you can check in the link in the description box below. And apart from this, if you want to work one on one with me, you can reach out to me through Instagram, DM me the keyword coach so that I know you're reaching out to book a one on one consultation with me. Now, first, I want to talk about charm versus maturity. Now, charm is an outward skill, it's a social skill. It is where someone is probably performing or someone is wearing a mask and speaking to you. Whereas emotional maturity, that is part of their character, that is part of their personality, that goes into deeper layers like depth, self awareness. And nowadays a lot of people are also into self development as well. So just because someone is reading the self help books, just because someone is going and doing yoga and meditation, does not also mean they are emotionally available or they have the emotional maturity to handle the challenges that actually comes with being in a healthy relationship as well. Because lately I have been seeing a trend of people who are actually doing self development work, they are reading, they are trying to read up even about traumas, but at the same time, when it comes to being in the fire and handling a conflict, they have absolutely no emotional regulation, and they are even most of the times not emotionally available for you. But this is something only time can tell. But before you get swayed by this person's outer character and how charming she is, I want you to take a moment and actually start observing her. In this whole process of dating, if you are connected with your intuition would tell you if something is wrong in the person that you are dating. Maybe sometimes they are a great match for you, maybe sometimes they are actually compatible with you. But there are these few times where you meet someone and you are not compatible with them. Maybe there is chemistry, but chemistry can often also be that nervous system excitement that happens where your unconscious mind is identifying familiar hell, which are your old patterns and traumas coming through this person as well. And when you truly need something from your partner, right? When you have an emotional need from your partner, this is where you can test if they are just charming or they also have the emotional maturity. Because people who are just charming alone, they do not have the emotional bandwidth to actually meet your needs. So let's say they're probably texting you once a day or once in 2, 3 days, and they're outwardly very charming. Let's say when you meet them in person, they're beautiful, they're great, they behave very nicely with you. But when you are not with them, you don't get the clarity from them. So, in these situations, what I want you to do is call them out and to actually have an honest conversation with them. Hey, like, I feel something's missing. Maybe I'm in the wrong here, maybe I could be wrong, but I would rather have the clarity from you. Now, if a person is charming alone, they would actually deflect that question that you just asked them because they don't want to face themselves. They would completely maybe gaslight you. They might turn the ball back at you and be like, hey, there is something wrong within you that you are asking me the question. And in these moments, if you are a person who has low self worth, you would actually be like, oh shit, maybe there is something wrong with me. Maybe I'm asking for too much. But if you have high self worth, if you can emotionally detach from that situation, you can see that this person is probably giving you breadcrumbs and you are accepting the crumbs because that's maybe something you have been used to accepting in the past. And instead, if you're dealing with a person who has good emotional maturity and they truly care about you, they would take your need into consideration. They would try to take the accountability, improve themselves. Maybe even if they are going through a hard phase in life, at least they would let them know, hey, I would really appreciate if you are a little bit more understanding towards me. That is where you guys can work together as a team. But there's no point in engaging in conversations with charming people who actually have no interest towards you and just are there to waste your time. The faster you can call someone out on their bullshit, the faster you are going to dodge these bullets. Now, let me tell you some of the signs of emotional immaturity that people usually have in them. The first thing is they avoid taking any kind of responsibility. They don't want to take any accountability whatsoever, and every disagreement turns into a blame. Even if you try to have a calm conversation with them, it turns into an explosive fight where maybe they are gaslighting you or maybe they're deflecting the blame back onto you and making you feel like there is something wrong with you that you have this need. But relationships actually functions on needs. Relationships cannot last and survive if your needs are not being met. We are not living in that state of unconditional love. Unconditional love sounds great given that you are a very spiritually evolved person. But when we are with someone and that person is not meeting your needs in a relationship, eventually you are going to resent that person. And anytime resentment and contempt gets into that relationship, that's the death of the relationship. So, anyways, you are killing the relationship when you are not being honest about your needs and your boundaries. And sometimes another sign of lack of emotional maturity is every conversation is very surface level. It's very hard for you guys to actually talk about the real problems and go into the depth of the problem as well. And most of the times, even if their mood is bad, they kind of put the blame on you instead of actually regulating themselves, working through their own problems. Yes, we have relationship problems, but we also have personal life problems. If my work is stressful, it is not fair for me to actually vent out my frustrations on my partner. Yes, I can go to him and have a conversation with him and let him know that, hey, I'm having a very hard day and I would like some support. But snapping at him because I'm frustrated, that is a clear sign of emotional dysregulation on my side. And on the extreme end, lack of emotional maturity maybe looks like toxicity and also narcissism. But on an everyday level, right? Everyday circumstance, this is a sign that you are probably just dealing with a person who does not know how to be in a relationship, who does not know how to actually navigate the challenges that comes even with a healthy relationship. Conflicts are inevitable, be it a healthy relationship as well. But what you both need to have is that sense of commitment towards each other where you guys are going to stick to that no matter what. But most of the time in modern day dating, this conversation does not even happen. There's no space for hard conversations because anytime that depth or hard conversation comes up, this person in front of you might bolt. And only charming people or people who are emotionally unavailable can actually do that. There is a great link between people who are emotionally unavailable versus people who are very charming. Because when you're emotionally unavailable, right, you cannot go into depth. You cannot have deep conversations with someone because it's hard for you to face your own shit. So you don't want to actually have these hard discussions with anyone else. So most of the people who are emotionally unavailable, these people are great at making friends because they are outwardly very charming. They are great at small talks and they are great at surface level interaction. And let's say you are meeting someone and you're going to enjoy with them for a party, you're not having any deep conversations here. You are just being surface level and you are just enjoying each other's company. So people who are charming, they have a lot of friends, but that doesn't mean they can be a good partner to you as well until they have actually faced their own shadows and depth. Now let's talk about why do you get pulled in so quickly into connection with these kind of people? Because these people have a real knack of making you feel special in the initial interactions. They just know how to say the right things to you. And if you are someone who does not have high self worth, if you are not confident in your skin, if you don't know who you are as a person, and if you have deep traumas that you haven't worked through, the moment someone makes you seen, you fall into that because you have probably never gotten that in your entire life. And the moment you get a little bit of attention, which these people will give you in the very beginning, that very moment you get sucked into it, you get pulled into it. Like imagine you getting stuck in the middle of a cyclone. And the charm makes you feel like you have known this person forever. But deep compatibility cannot be built in 1 or 2 weeks. Deep compatibility will be revealed over the months where you guys are actually talking. So instead of giving your heart out to this person within the first 2 weeks, or instead of feeling you have finally met your person, I want you to take a moment and give it 1 to 3 months to actually see if this intensity early on is consistent throughout the period of time. And most of the time, people who are emotionally unavailable, they cannot maintain consistency for like 2 3 months because they just don't have the muscle for it. And every good healthy relationship, it requires time to develop. And if you do not give time to the person in front of you to actually show their real character, you will end up falling for the potential of who they are and not for the person they truly are beneath all the charm. Because it takes people time to show their real character. But if you are deprived for love, if you are deprived for attention, you are not going to give them time. You're going to fall for their potential immediately. And next, I really want to tell you like what a healthy, good partner actually looks like and what I want you to look for in a partner. The first thing is, if you are vulnerable with them, do they have the capacity to emotionally hold space for you? And most of you guys refrain from being vulnerable early on, thinking, oh, if I show this person my darkest side, this person is actually going to leave. But I want you to have the mindset, if I show them my real self and they leave, then they were never meant for me. But for you to think this way, you need to first work on your self worth. Someone's reaction towards you is not a reflection of your worth. That is a reflection of their depth and their availability. That is completely on them. If you are being real with them and if they cannot handle that, then that is their loss. And you just probably dodged a bullet. So instead of internalizing that as a rejection, I want you to be happy that you did not have to go through months of anxiety and you were able to figure that shit out much early on in the relationship. So I want you to be vulnerable. A good partner is someone who you can sit with and have the hard conversations and actually arrive at a solution where both of you are happy in the relationship, where both your needs are actually met. Relationship is nothing but a set of needs being met for each other's nervous system to be regulated. And also, I'm not saying go dump your emotional problems on a woman because she can't handle it for a long time. You can let her know what you're going through, but I want you to first also work on emotionally regulating yourself. And it's also wrong for you to expect your partner to hold your entire world because that leads to codependency, which is not a foundation for healthy relationship. It's just to, maybe in the beginning test her out a little bit and see, can she actually have hard conversations with you, or does she bolt at the sight of hard conversations? I want you to be regulated, grounded, and work through your emotions first, and then also let her know to see how her reaction is. And in the end, to inform her that you have got it together. You just wanted to share it with her, and you're not expecting solutions from her. And you actually should want to be in a relationship with someone who can take accountability when they are wrong. When they're wrong, they can be like, hey, I'm sorry, I made you feel that way. Or even if after a conflict happens, a good practice is both of you apologizing to each other. This way, no one is actually left in the dark and no one feels unseen. Someone who has the capacity, emotional ability to actually work through their own things can have the emotional capability to hold space for your problems as well. And you are winning in life if you have a partner who actually says that, hey, I can see how that affected you. Let's figure this out together. I am here for you. So, you really want to be looking for a person who has these qualities instead of just falling for the charm of that person. And most importantly, I don't want you to look for someone who you just love. I want you to look for someone who you also like being around. How does it feel to actually be around her? Do you like yourself better when you're around her? Do you feel that she's bringing you calmness? Do you feel that sense of peace with her? And these are the qualities I really want you to look for in a person, because you need to judge how your nervous system actually feels around her. Do you feel more stressed out? Do you feel more anxious? Or do you actually feel a sense of calmness and peace? And if you have that person around whom you actually feel that sense of peace, I want you to give her your 100% and actually make her life better too, because she is someone who is worth it then. And with this person who makes you feel calm, I want you to initiate dates. I want you to plan things for her. I want you to be in your masculine energy and actually do things for her, because she is showing you time and again that she is an asset and she is not a liability. So, real love is not just about being charming, it's about being consistent. It's about putting in the hard work that it takes to make a relationship work. And relationship is effort, it takes effort to make it work. Somewhere we have gotten the idea that in a relationship we should not be putting in the effort, but that is a recipe for disaster. You need to put the same kind of effort that you put in the year one, in the month one of the relationship, even like 5 years later. You cannot show the best side of yourself early on in the relationship and eventually change. Show her the side of you that you would be all throughout the relationship, not just your best parts as well. Show her the real part. And only a person who has emotional depth can handle the real parts of you. And a charming person never could. So I hope this episode was helpful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.